Hello, beautiful souls. Coach Jem here in the healing room. Welcome to another session. This is where it's a bit like the doctor's surgery. You go to the doctors and say, "Oh, I don't feel too well." What do they hear? I don't know, because you're telling them about your foot, but they want to look in your ear. How does that work? But in this healing room, we are here to help lost souls. What do I mean by that? Lost souls that you didn't even know you were lost. You were just existing. You were just surviving. You are just trying to figure out life. Here, this is a safe space where I listen, I hear, I do not judge. I come from a place of love, and I am trying to get a collective. I want my family. I come from a place of no family, so I want to create real, genuine people that are looking for help, for guidance, and for love, because I've got plenty of it. In this session, we're talking about from chaos to calm. You ever had that? It's like, just running around. And your mind's just going 100 miles an hour. And you can't stop it. What do you do? How do you do it? Do you know you're doing it? Do you know your mind is doing it? I've got a lot of information for you to help you and under normal scenarios of how to get through it through meditation and talking things through for other people. Also in this section, I have got Ask Coach Jem. When you've got a question that you want to be asked, just write in. Email me, coachjem888@gmail.com. So let us begin. Yeah, let us begin. Where do you find peace when life is going 100 miles an hour? Where? How? It's tiring. It's exhausting. Really exhausting. You feel like you can't go on. And I don't mean can't go on that you have to think of a way out. I'm talking about can't go on spiritually, mentally. Your body and your mind is just exhausted. It's exhausted. What am I going to do? Do you know that you feel exhausted? Are you exhausted? It's tiring. It really is tiring. But what you've got to do is just sit still, recognize that you can't carry on doing what you're doing. You just can't. You've got to be able to give back to yourself. Stop this running around. You have to take time out before it's like having a car and just driving and driving and driving, and it either needs repairs, the check engine light comes on. What do? I know I had this a couple of weeks ago. My check engine light's on, but then I've never seen this before. It's now flashing. And it's like, what do? I remained calm, but panicked. So what I ended up doing was pulling into the nearest supermarket car park and pulling over, finally getting there. And then what do? I Googled it. My famous words, I Googled it. And it told me that do not drive any further. Stop, turn the engine off, which is what I did in the end. I called a friend, told her. She came out. Thankfully, she came out. And then we called the pickup truck guy, and he says, "I'll come out, but it's going to cost you, but you'll be fine." And be like, "No, I don't think you've heard me. Oh, I don't think, panic, 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 panic." And I don't normally panic, but I don't think you're listening to me. I'm telling you, I've never seen this check engine light flash red. Something's telling me. And it was actually engine misfire. And reading up on it, it said that if I drive any further, it's going to make the engine and make everything worse. So thankfully I did have that instinct to pull over. But he said, "You'll be fine. I've driven so many thousands of miles with mine on." And I was thinking, you're not listening. See that art of listening? You ain't listening. I'm telling you that this is flashing. He wasn't interested. He was like, "You'll be fine." So what I decided to do, what my friend helped me do, was drive home slowly, and the check engine light stopped flashing. It went from that to just a solid. So I was a little bit better. And basically I got home and then took it to a mechanic, and he put the diagnostics on it and came up with about 4 different codes on the car. And then I decided slowly to replace as much as I could cars. And now the check engine light is now off. So it's going from chaos to calm. And I felt much better knowing that there was somebody there that could help me, that took the pressure off, that if I couldn't do it, then there would be the guy with the pickup truck. And then after that, we'd have to think of between us where we was going to take the vehicle. But thankfully, I didn't have to do any of that. And I was able to get the car fixed slowly, bit by bit. So that basically is your life. It's recognizing who can you call upon apart from me. Ask Coach Jem. Apart from me, who can you rely on? A family member, a friend, someone who's dear to you that is going to be able to listen. Listen, not judge, to hear you, to help, to guide you. It's all about not trying to work this out on your own. It's about knowing I need help. I want help and I need help. There's some things we can fix on our own. But they say a problem shared is a problem halved. So go and get help. See who's going to be able to listen, who's there for you, give you some sound advice. Sometimes we don't want to hear it, which is you need to do this or you shouldn't do this. And sometimes we're not in that mental space to take on some, constructive criticism. But you've got to understand, if they really mean anything to you and you're sharing things with them, they love you and they're trying to help. Are you listening? Do you hear? How well do you hear? So through this chaos, I don't want you to do anything. I don't want you to fix anything. I don't want you to even solve anything. I don't even want you to relax. I want you to be able to sit still and see, what do you hear? What do you hear? Do you hear the leaves? Do you hear the birds? What do you hear? Notice. How do you feel? Do you feel tense? Does your shoulders stiff? Are they stiff? Your jaw. That's another way to feel if you're if you're tense. Is your jaws tight? Clenched jaw. You can't move your teeth. Can't move your mouth. It's about how do you feel in this present moment. Maybe you've smiled to everyone and no one's noticed you. I've been there before. Smiled and said, hello. I thought, who's she? Well, how are you feeling? Maybe, just maybe, you spent the whole day holding everybody else up together, holding them up. But now you're just exhausted, physically and mentally exhausted. Who's holding you up? That's the question. Who is holding you up? Do you have uh, do you have anybody propping you up? It's hard. Life is hard. But we're going to get through this together. You are not alone. I am here. Like I said, I am here looking for my collective, my team, someone that's going to hold me up, someone that's going to hold me accountable. Because I don't have the answers for everything. I'm not that kind of person. And I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'll say sorry when I need to, even when it's not my fault. And sometimes I think we can apologize for things like someone steps on your toe. Oh, sorry. Or you're trying to squeeze in between people. Sorry. Why are we apologizing for things that you're not really sorry for? What's that about? What is it about? You have just walked into my healing room. Place it's a safe space that I will listen. And if you want to communicate with me, I am here for you. So for the next 50 minutes or so, or less, give or take, who's counting? The world can wait. Your emails can wait. Your worries can wait. It can wait. This is your time. This is about you. I want to hear about you. It's not about me. It's about you. Giving back to you. Today, we're going to remember what peace actually feels like. I remember when I came to America, that's the first time I ever heard, I want my peace. I want my peace. It's like, okay, what is that about? And it's normally something that I've heard men talk about. And it's not about men bashing, male bashing. It's just something I've never heard of. But now I've lived it and I see it. It's not about men, it's about people. We just want, what is this peace? We want an easier life. We don't need the aggravation. And I think as you get older, you should start to know what you want out of life and that what you are prepared to put up with, what you're prepared to tolerate. And if you're not prepared to do any of these things, then move it along. Because we are only here on this planet once. In this avatar, we are only here once. So you've got to live it the best way possible. You have. We're not going to wait for when life gets easier. When is that? It's going to happen now. So we're going to work this out together now. So let's take a deep breath. Hold it. And breathe out. How do you feel? Take another deep breath. Breathe out. Does that feel better? Good. The day I nearly lost myself. That was when I had to call the police for the domestic violence. It wasn't a nice place to be in. It was another day of just toing and froing and constant arguments. And they say that our gut, our stomach is our first brain, second brain. For months and months and months, it was churning and churning and churning. And another day of just fights and arguments, and I just lost so much weight. Didn't know where I was going, what I was going to do, but I knew I needed to get out. I was trying to hold down a job at the same time, my own business, my property maintenance business, which is back in the UK. And one thing I always knew was when you go to work, you don't take your problems to work. But the situation that I was in, I had to make him come to work with me because of his own insecurities. Who does that? So him coming to work's another day of arguments, and I'm still trying to be bubbly and trying to be professional in my job to give my customer 100%. And it's just another argument. I'm keeping quiet because I realize that me saying anything doesn't help, and me saying something doesn't help. He was just looking for trouble. And one day I had a vision that if I continue in this marriage, that I don't know if you ever, well, you should remember the program Death Becomes Her. And I actually visualized myself trying to escape. When I say escape, trying to escape, and I'm running down the stairs, and whether it's a push or I fall or whatever, all I saw was I had an outer body experience where I'm looking at myself and my body spirit has left. But in the movie, she's just twisted around and her neck's gone the other way, and I thought, no, I can't do this. It's like I visualized my own death. I'm gonna have to leave. This was really scary. Because he worked with me, or he was with me, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't. But I heard a voice, and the voice said, and it's exactly the same way, you cannot spend another night here. And it was like, oh my gosh. And all I said was, because it was just me in the room, it was, I heard you. I heard you. And I grabbed my phone because that was something that I needed to keep with me because of the rows that was going on. He would always try and bend the phone, break the phone, snatch the phone, do something with the phone, that I had to sleep with it under my pillow. So at that time, he was outside having a cigarette, and I ran to the bathroom, locked the door, called the police, and they came in minutes. It's the first time I've ever needed the police, and they came in minutes. There's 2 cop cars, four police officers, and they waited until I packed up whatever I could pack up in my van and leave. Get the hell out of there, leave. And that was so traumatic. I didn't know where I was going to go. but I ended up going to a family member, and I stayed there for a period of time until I got on my feet. Period of time, probably about a week or two, and left, found my own place, and then stayed there for a moment, tried to make the business work there, and it didn't so much. It was an area that I wasn't familiar with. And then a friend reached out to me and said, come and live with them. I had no money apart from what I was earning. And they said, stay here until you get yourself out of the red and into the black. And that's what helped me rebuild my life again. So it was about me trying to sit still and figure it out. It's been really painful, and I've had to say, I'd never want to be in that position again. It was scary. It was sad. Again, broke down, because it's like I put so much trust into people. I take everybody at face value, and it's like, why is this happening to me? What have I done? I'm trying to do the best to my ability, love everybody, and it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't work that way. So I had to sit still for a minute, do what I know best, start again. There's so many starts. Start again, rebuild my business in that area, as well as the area that I had, my original area, and commuted. Just did what I needed to do to make the money. And thankfully, my friend stuck to their word. I didn't pay them any rent, didn't pay them anything, but I did my bit. I cleaned, I cooked, I did what I could. I bought shopping just to make it look like I'm not using them. But again, it's knowing where to start, and that you can start again and learn from it. That's the best thing I can say to you, is just learn from it. And when I had that moment to sit still, I realized that when I was living, I was just really existing. It was hard. I was existing. I was trying to survive. It's like I was drowning, and I can't swim. I cannot swim. So it was a doggy paddle. It was something. I was clutching on straws with life. I needed to exist. I knew that this purpose, that I am on this earth to help, inspire, motivate, and encourage people, to let them know that we are not going to have any more crumbs. We are going to have the whole cake and eat it. I wonder, do any of you feel that way? Do you understand what I'm going through? Does it make sense? Do you feel my pain? And this is what the healing room is all about. It's about being open and honest, that you've got that safe space to come, to talk, for me to listen, I am here. Right. Chaos doesn't always look like noise. What does chaos look like? Chaos is not only loud noise. Sometimes chaos looks like having a busy day, never saying no, constant scrolling on your phone, always thinking about tomorrow, always replaying yesterday, never living in the moment of today? When was the last time you truly arrived at the moment you are now living? When was it? Do you know? And it's hard to sit still, and it's hard to live in the present moment because we've been groomed, we've been brainwashed to always think ahead. What are you going to do in the next 5 years? You know, it's things that you say to kids. What do you want to be when you grow up? Like, I don't know. I haven't thought that far. And I remember helping out at the careers, going into schools with the business that I had. I went into schools and I was telling these kids, don't worry about not knowing what you want to do. Sometimes you might have pressure from your family members, that, oh, you should do this and you should do that, or you need to go to university. Maybe if that's the route for you, then take that route. But I always said that just do jobs. And if you have to start from the bottom, and the prime example for me was, or what I gave to them was, just call it a fast food chain. Go and work at a fast food chain, start at the bottom, and then work your way up. And, you know, you might be thinking, I don't want to do that. I don't want to flip burgers, or I don't eat meat. Wherever you start in a job, start at the bottom and work your way up with the bigger intentions. And the bigger picture is for you to have your own franchise, take it over, be management, own the company, own something similar to that, so that whenever you see your staff, you know exactly what jobs they're doing because you did it already. And that's what I would tell the kids of today. And also that when you're working and it might seem like the job is irrelevant, then it will all make sense when you get older. And that's like for me, when I started off as a secretary, I didn't have any input from my mum, parents, any elders of what do you want to do. I again had to figure that out. And because I didn't get any help, and at the time they're saying you should be a secretary, I was like, okay then. So I went and did that 2 years at secretarial college, then did some agency work, tried to get some full-time work, and then I got told, well, you can't get the job because you haven't got the experience. She's like, how are you supposed to get the experience if you ain't giving me the job? So what did I do? I thought outside the box. And then I went and did recruitment agency work. And from there, I did that. And I probably did that for nearly 20 years. And I enjoyed it. But then I felt like this is not taking me anywhere. I just felt like a glorified slave. The only thing that I needed to do to improve was to become like a bilingual secretary. So it's like, I don't want to do that. And at that time, I ended up purchasing my first home, watching the builder do some work. And I was not happy because he took too long. He was on a day rate, and I thought that was cheap. And the day rate ended up being 6 weeks, and the job's still not finished. But at the time I saw, and I was watching him, and it was like, I'm gonna become a bricklayer. So I gave up my secretarial work and I went to college full time and did the secretarial work. And just to earn some money, I did the secretarial stuff part time. And that's how I got into construction. So what I was trying to say again to the kids is, where I did the secretarial work and invoices and things like that, that became relevant for my business, because when I typed up my quotes, I knew how to present the quotation and people loved it. Sometimes I got told I was a little bit expensive, but because of my personality and how I was and how the quotation was presented, they got told how much it was going to be, how long it was going to take, I got the job. So that's how we can look at our lives and think nothing is a waste of time. It might seem like you're going around in circles, that everything is chaotic, but if you just sit still and take the time out, things will work out in the end where you can look back and think, I did pretty well there. Because how many times do you get to pat yourself on the back and say, well done, I am proud of you. You've done a really good. We don't do it. We don't do it enough because we are too busy running into the chaos, because that again is what society is doing to us. Why? Why doesn't your mind switch off? It doesn't switch off because you've got a lot on your plate. You've probably got unspoken conversations. You ever been in a relationship and you want to talk about something and you've been shut down? You've been told not now, or the person's got a blank face. They can't communicate. They struggle to communicate. You're left, as they say, holding the baby. What do you do with that? Are you able to communicate with somebody else about it? How are you releasing that? You probably got unhealed wounds. What else have we got? Not being able to feel heard. I've been there so many times. Makes you feel like you're invisible. I was even made to feel like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. I mean, I can laugh about it now, but it's painful because I want to feel heard. And then I was stuck. I was stuck in the seen and not heard. So then when I went to open my mouth, that's how it came across. I'm trying to get everything out, or I've gone the other way and not said anything. And that's how I spent most of my life, in silence, because I didn't know how to express myself. Just carrying a lot of pain, but just carrying on. I don't know whether that's a British thing. Keep calm and carry on. Make myself a lovely cup of tea. I've just had to keep going because I know that my purpose is to help, inspire, and motivate other people. So, next, you know this one. Ask Coach Jem. Okay. So, in the Ask Coach Jem, it's another man. Like, it makes a difference, but it's nice to hear from the men. How do I stop overthinking everything? Okay. How do I stop overthinking everything? How do I stop overthinking everything? Well, don't fight your thoughts. Make sure you've got someone that's listening to you, that you're able to sound things off to them, talk things through. Like I said, a problem shared is a problem halved. That's what I believe in. So you trying to carry the weight, the baton, share it. Whoever you speak to, I don't know if you ever do this, but whoever you speak to, have you ever thanked them? Thank them for listening. Because it's hard to be around people that can just listen. A lot of people want to put their 10 pence worth in and feel like you need advice when really you just want to be heard. Just want to be heard. Do you hear me? How many of you are in silence, sitting there that feeling like no one cares? I care. I do. I care. I have such a big heart that it's big enough for everybody. I spiritually can detect the energy vampires, so don't worry about that. But I have a lot of love to give. Whoever wants it, I'm here in the healing room. So I hope that answered your question. There was no name. Didn't see a name. Um, so yes, that's Ask Coach Jem. I have to get a little jingle for that. I'll find one. Otherwise, you're going to have to tolerate my voice. I've got a healing room experience for you. So what I want you to do is sit comfortably. Yes, sit comfortably. Take a deep breath. Just breathe. And again. How do you feel? Okay. So I want you to put one hand on your heart. You're doing it. And the other one on your stomach. I want you to feel the chair you're sitting in. Feel that is it a chair that's hugging you, around you? Just feel your atmosphere. Take another deep breath. And what I want you to do in your imagination, with your imagination, imagine standing beside a calm lake at sunrise. Just imagine, just standing there. The water is still. What do you hear around you? The sky is soft. The wind is blowing. It's a nice, gentle breeze. How are you feeling? With every inhale, peace enters. Feel the peace. Do you feel your peace? And breathe out. Hear what's around you. I hear a plane. I hear the birds. I hear the silence. Now picture placing every worry into some leaves, which is by a tree next to you by the lake. Hold the leaves in your hand and then watch every leaf drift gently across the water. And picture that as your worries. You don't have to throw away worries. Or you don't have to throw your worries away. You only have to stop carrying them for a moment. Just stop carrying them. So repeat after me. I release what I can't control. I release what I can't control. Breathe. Breathe. I welcome peace. I welcome peace. I choose presence. I choose presence. Living in the present moment. Being in the present moment. I long for silence. Breathe. I long for silence. This feels good. And breathe. How do you feel? How do you feel? Just sit still for a moment and be in your peace. That's how you find your peace. Coach Jem's Healing Room is sponsored by Essentials Metaphysics Store. I'm looking because I've got this one on today. Isn't it beautiful? You're going to ask me, what is it? I can't remember. But it's just beautiful. It's down there, up there, it's there in Douglasville. Essentials Metaphysics Store. The link is in the bio below. I've got some life lessons since being in the construction industry and converting it over to the spiritual and holistic coaching. It's like I've spent years repairing walls, painting rooms, fixing damaged homes. The one thing that's taught me is no matter how beautiful the paint job looks, if you paint over the cracks will always return. And that's why I don't just help people feel better. I help them rebuild the foundations. And that's where we've got to start in life. You want a relationship, the foundation has to be solid. Otherwise, the walls are not going to hold. And that's with yourself as well. We can't give to others if our foundation isn't correct. You've got to be able to want to grow. So because real healing isn't about covering over the pain, it's about repairing what caused it. What caused that pain? Go back and find what it is that started it. So you can then start repairing. Go and find that inner child. Go heal that. It's a process, but I'm willing and able to work with you. You want to be part of my tribe? I want you to take one last final breath. How does it feel? How does it feel? Because today, nothing really has changed. You still got the bills. You still got your responsibilities awaiting you. The difficult conversations may still need to happen with family members or friends. But something inside you has and should have shifted. And sometimes there are new chapters in our lives that begin, and they can begin from just taking one step at a time and just breathing. It seems So complicated, but it's not. It's the easiest thing we can do to restart our lives is just to breathe. So peace isn't the absence of problems. Peace is learning you don't have to carry everybody else's problem. One breath, one choice, one day at a time. But before you leave today, promise yourself one thing, just one thing. When life becomes noisy, take that deep breath. Go and do something completely different. Take some time out for yourself. Because it's being something that's longing inside you. Something that your body, your spirit is yearning. But we just don't listen to it. We just don't listen. You need to sit still and listen in. Hear what your body is saying. It's crying out for help. Can't keep pushing it. Just like a vehicle. Can't keep pushing it. We have to take care of it. We have to maintain it. We have to maintain our mind, our body, our soul. And thank you. Thank you for spending your time with me. I know how precious time is. And I truly appreciate it. That you've listened. Maybe you've listened to little bits. Maybe you listened to the end. Maybe you listened to all of it. Maybe you heard my voice and thought, she's annoying. But all I'm going to say from the bottom of my heart is thank you. Walk gently and remember, I don't just coach you. We rebuild together. You take care now. Don't forget to look yourself in the mirror, hug yourself, kiss yourself, and say, I love you in the mirror. Take care now. Bye-bye.